A young boy named Godo Kusanagi travels to Italy with a mission to return a peculiar stone tablet to a woman named Lucretia Zola, given to him by his grandfather. However, little does he know that this peaceful trip will turn from Animal Crossing setting to God of War, when a beautiful woman named Erica Blondelli appears before him. Claiming to be a knight of the Black Copper Cross, Erica ambushes Godo, demanding the Grimoire tablet from him. In the midst of their encounter, a monstrous wild boar suddenly emerges. Erica and her maid Ariana Hayama rush to attack the divine beast in a car, but Erica's strength proves futile, as it seems to not even affect the divine beast. Meanwhile, the MC runs into the rogue god. Godo, with no sense of stranger danger, explains that he is delivering the grimoire to someone. Verithragna, aka the Rouge God, examines the stone tablet and departs after realizing that Godo possesses the power to defeat him. Back with the Italian Bay, she is still fighting the giant boar but gets blown away by it. Fortunately, Godo manages to rescue Erica just in time, and surprisingly, the giant boar vanishes. Erica explains that these boars are heretical, powerful beings that only magic users can perceive, and they bring destruction to the world. After learning about Godo's intention to deliver the grimoire to a woman named Lucretia, Erica agrees to accompany him and offers her assistance by driving him to their destination. Upon meeting Lucretia, who, unlike Godo's expectations, turns out to be a young and attractive woman, mommy material, Godo and Erica present her with the Prometheus grimoire. Lucretia returns it to Godo, revealing that the grimoire he possesses is derived from the legendary book of Prometheus, and entrusts him with the responsibility of safeguarding it. The following day, Godo and Erica encounter another rogue god named Melkart, who was a bit of a Chad. He was resurrected by Verithragna for a duel. Erica pleads with the heretical beings to cease their conflict, but Verithragna attacks her. This prompts Godo to ally with Melkart in order to defeat Verithragna. As the battle unfolds, Verithragna wields a divine sword capable of cutting through divinity and uses the sword to pierce through the shield. As Godo witnesses the sword piercing through the shield, he uses the grimoire's power to Kamehameha a horse in Verithragna's face, stealing his golden sword. And to add insult to injury, the main man styles all over the edgy kid and French kisses the Italian chick, unleashing his power and killing Verithragna, earning the title God Slayer, other known as Campione. In his dream, Godo awakens to the sound of a voice and finds himself resting on a girl's lap. She introduces herself as Pandora, a generous woman known as the mother of all Campiones. Pandora reveals that Godo has been reborn as the 7th Campione, also known as God's Slayer, after sacrificing his life to defeat Verithragna. However, his dream ends abruptly as he wakes up, preparing for another day of school. To his surprise, he discovers Erica in his room, completely naked, acting all lovey-dovey. The situation becomes more awkward when Godo's sister, Shizuka Kusanagi, disapproves of Erica's presence, leading to a humorous attempt by Godo to explain the situation. At school, Godo is relieved to have escaped Erica's company, but his relief is short-lived as Erica transfers to his school and announces that she is in love with Godo. Determined to prevent any embarrassment caused by Erica, Godo tries to escort her out of the classroom. I guess virgins will be virgins. That said, Godo's son mistakenly grabs the new addition of his harem, Yuri Maria. Elsewhere, a man named Sasha Degenstall Voban, another Campione, assigns Liliana the task of retrieving the Prometheus grimoire from Godo. But back to the new best girl contender, Yuri reveals her knowledge of Godo's status as a Campione and introduces him to Toma Amakasu, who explains that Erica's affectionate behavior is an attempt to recruit Godo into the Black Copper Cross, which is a valid concern because with looks like that, I too would be willing to join any cross organization, even a lacrosse team. Later, Godo confronts Erica about it, therefore she promises to show him her real feelings. The next day, Godo finds himself back in Italy, much to his dismay. While waiting with Ariana for Erica's arrival, Godo unexpectedly encounters Athena, who challenges him to a fight. However, Godo declines, leading Athena to label him as a fraud before departing. Erica finally arrives with Italy's representatives from the Society of Magicians. She challenges Godo to a duel in order to demonstrate his abilities as a Campione to the representatives. Summoning a real sword, Erica launches a series of slashes at Godo, but he manages to dodge them all. She then summons a steel lion to attack him, but Godo utilizes his powers to slam the lion to the ground. With a combination of strength, speed, and charm, Godo emerges victorious. Impressed by his abilities, the members of the Black Copper Cross decide to grant him the Gorgonian, a powerful grimoire. Also, he finds out that Erica chose to be with him out of true love, not by orders from her superiors. In Japan, Anakasu warns Yuri about an impending disaster involving Godo and seeks for help. Elsewhere, Athena arrives in the city, invoking her powers. Meanwhile, at school, the other girls disapprove of Godo and believe he's not worthy of Erika's affection. Feeling rejected, Godo leaves. Yuri approaches Godo on the rooftop and questions him about bringing the Gorgonian into Japan. She is shocked to learn that Erika gave the medal to Godo instead. Upset, Yuri scolds Godo, warning him to be careful with his actions as they could bring about the end of the world. Yuri reveals a prophecy she heard from Princess Alice of Heaven, who is renowned for her accuracy. The prophecy states that the world will be thrown into the underworld when a certain god regains power. Erika arrives and announces that as the new king, Godo is strong enough to defeat the Gorgon. She asks Yuri to use her maiden magic to identify the summoner of the Gorgon. Yuri tracks down the summoner and discovers it is the rogue goddess Athena in her lowly form, and she is currently in Japan. Athena desires to battle Godo and reclaim her serpent, the Gorgon. However, before they can fight back, Athena traps Erika in a barrier. She reveals that despite Godo's goodness, she intends to stop him and kisses him. Yep, if a god doesn't kill him, he's for sure gonna have an FBI case on his hands by the end of the series. Anyways, the magical kiss causes Godo to lose consciousness, but Erika manages to break free and defend him. She proclaims herself as Godo Kuzenegi's knight and engages Athena in a duel with her holy lance of Longinus. Erika traps Athena momentarily and escapes with Godo. Meanwhile, Yuri rushes to the battle to seal Athena with her magic but encounters Liliana, who informs her that their plan won't succeed. Luckily, Amaterasu arrives using his magic to immobilize Liliana, and they retreat together. Elsewhere, Godo regains consciousness with Erika by his side. She presents him with two choices. Either they allow Athena to find Yuri and the Gorgon, bringing about a disaster, or he can use his powers to resist and fight the goddess. Though Godo feels manipulated, he agrees and Erika kisses Godo to transfer information about the origin of the Gorgonian, because there is no other way to transfer information in an ecchi show. They come up with a strategy that involves Medusa's backstory and mythology. Amaterasu and Yuri are hiding with the Gorgon, but they know they can't evade the goddess Athena for much longer. Athena summons swarms of owls to search for them. Meanwhile, Godo and Erika are too far away from Yuri and Amaterasu to arrive in time. However, Godo instructs the Shrine Maiden to think of him and say his name so that he can use his borrowed powers to teleport. When Athena breaks through the Shrine's defenses, Liliana steps forward to defend Yuri, but is easily overpowered by Athena's immense strength. Athena takes hold of the Gorgon and uses it in a ritual to restore herself to her original form, a quite well-rounded form if I say so myself. However, she realizes that some of her powers are missing. Yuri remembers Godo's name. She successfully summons the Campione along with Erika. The restored Athena addresses Godo as a despicable demon king, and he summons his golden sword, asking Athena to leave peacefully, but she refuses. Before Godo confronts Athena, Erika gives him the key to victory in the form of, you guessed it, a tongue fight. Godo transports himself and Athena to a golden world under his own authority to challenge the goddess. Athena summons snakes to attack Godo, but he uses his sword to penetrate her divinity and reveal her true origin as the former Mother Queen of the gods, the goddess of death and wisdom who was overthrown by male gods led by Zeus. Erika explains to Yuri that Godo is using his powers from Varithragna to weaken Athena by cutting through her divine history. However, Godo's sword eventually loses power as Athena recognizes that he is using the abilities of the Persian god of war. Godo summons Varithragna's steeds to restrain Athena, allowing him to use Erika's Lance of Longinus to defeat her, returning her to the lowly form. A severely wounded Athena asks to be killed by Godo, but he chooses to spare her because how can you hurt such a cute face? After she vanishes, Erika feels disappointed because she had planned for Godo to defeat Athena in Japan so that he could acquire the goddess's powers. Nevertheless, she is still pleased with his victory. The following day, Godo pays a visit to Erika, attempting to wake her up. However, Erika responds by trying to seduce him, asking for his assistance in dressing her. Meanwhile, Yuri experiences a disturbing dream featuring Sasha Degenstall Voban, whom I hope I won't be repeating his name. He's another powerful individual known as a Campione. Yuri's sister believes that she has a crush on Godo. Yuri's imagination runs wild as she wonders about the possibility of marrying Godo. However, her thoughts are interrupted when she sees Erika sitting on Godo's lap at school, which frustrates her. Later that night, Godo receives a phone call from Salvatore Doni, another Campione, who refers to Godo as his best friend and rival. The pretty boy tells him to fight Sasha, who is currently in Japan, to become stronger. During a bath, Liliana unexpectedly ambushes Yuri, who desperately tries to call for help. Unfortunately, Yuri is kidnapped and taken to Sasha, who claims her as his possession. Now, I can't tell if the guy looks like a vampire or like a rat, but he sure looks ominous as he tells Yuri that he intends to reenact the sacrificial ceremony of summoning a god to ease his boredom because the old one was stopped by Salvatore 4 years ago. Later on, we see the four-eyed subordinate asking Godo and Erika to rescue Yuri from the Rat Man since only a Campione can face another Campione. Meanwhile, Yuri firmly refuses to aid Voban in his malevolent scheme to unleash a rogue god and sow chaos in Japan. She goes as far as declaring her intention to take her own life to prevent him. However, Voban, using his powers derived from the god of Osiris, summons deceased adversaries who have been resurrected to serve him. He cruelly reveals that he can bend Yuri's will even in death. Erika and Godo manage to trace Voban's location, but he retaliates by sending his undead minions to attack them. Among them is a formidable golem, which Erika defeats by exploiting its vulnerability, the destruction of its head. Meanwhile, Yuri confides in Lillian, who is burdened with guilt over participating in the Shrine Maiden's abduction. Erika and Godo persist in battling through Voban's defenses, reserving God's authority for the impending duel against Voban. Once the power couple meets Sasha, Erika manipulates Sasha into believing that Salvatore said that the elderly should accept their age and the youth should take over authority. In response, the Rat Man arrogantly suggests a game between kings and agrees to let Godo take Yuri, challenging them to outmaneuver him until dawn. As they flee, Erika cautions Godo that they cannot hope to escape far and encourages him to face Voban head-on. However, since Voban is an ancient Campione, Erika is unaware of his weaknesses. Erika also discloses her knowledge of Yuri's dark history with Voban, who had sacrificed 30 girls, including Erika herself, to summon a rogue god. After 30 minutes pass, a classic hide-and-seek game turns into Hunger Games, as Sasha summons a pack of wolves to chase them. However, Erika defeats them. Unfortunately, this action enables the Rat Man to track them down, and the seasoned Campione arrives with his army of undead servants. Godo employs his horse Avatar of the Sun to obliterate some of Voban's minions, but the horse is devoured by Voban, which transformed into a wolf-like creature. Realizing the risks of employing his other avatars without understanding Voban's weaknesses, Godo chooses to retreat alongside Yuri. Erika too decides it is best to withdraw from the confrontation. Unfortunately, as Erika is retreating, she is confronted by Liliana. Simultaneously, Yuri realizes that Godo is severely injured. She attempts to heal Godo, but he reveals that Campiones cannot be affected by magic from the outside. Yuri suddenly has a premonition and understands a clue regarding Voban's weakness. Erika and Liliana engage in a fight, and during the duel, Erika questions if Liliana is being forced to serve Voban, as the Liliana she knew would not have supported his tyranny. Liliana reveals, just like Erika, that her grandfather promised her to Sasha Degenstall Voban, her king. Yuri and Godo arrive to try to stop the fight, and Erika manages to embarrass Liliana by revealing a romantic novel she wrote and hid in her desk. The group confronts Voban, and Liliana resigns from her servitude with the Campione. However, Voban transforms into his wolfman form, and using Yuri's hint, Erika kisses Godo, bestowing him with knowledge of Sasha Degenstall Voban's weakness and empowering him. Godo transports himself and Voban to his golden world, where he reveals that Voban is utilizing the stolen powers of the god Apollo. Through his words of power, Godo manages to pierce through Voban's divine authority. Although Godo has defeated Voban's authority derived from Apollo's powers, Voban still has his dead servants. Erika and Liliana defend the group against them, while Yuri realizes a potential connection between Osiris and Apollo and imparts her knowledge to Godo. Without hesitation, Yuri passionately kisses him, reconstructing the sword, as well as the little willy inside his pants. Godo defeats the Death Servants, which forces Count Douchebag to resort to his authority over the weather deities, launching a lightning attack against Godo and Final Gambit. However, the goat uses a goat to control thunder. Empowered by the will of Erika, Liliana, and Yuri, the home team manages to imprison the dead spirits and crush Count Sasha the Douche Voban. However, Sasha manages to survive and prepares himself to attack. With dawn breaking, the old man with the girl's name decides to concede to Godo. Meanwhile, Yuri faints, and Liliana informs Godo that his goat Avatar drains energy from his allies. Taking advantage of the situation, Erika steals a kiss from Godo. Back in Italy, Godo is stuck vacationing on a beach with the best girl, the second girl, the wolf, and the maid. Gentlemen, we finally arrive at the beach episode. They enjoy playing volleyball together and relaxing in the baths. However, the main man seems to not enjoy it as he tries to escape the scene. Unfortunately, Godo runs into the rest of the group in the hot springs, and Yuri scolds him for being perverted. Later that night, while everyone is sleeping, Godo escapes from the castle. Athena suddenly appears and informs Godo that a battle is imminent. She expresses her excitement to take part and transports him to an island using a beam of green light. Meanwhile, Salvatore has broken into the castle in Napoli and discovers a pillar emitting divine energy, the Seal of Hera. Liliana arrives and asks Salvatore not to do anything, as there are powerful forces at work with the Gorgon revealing itself in the spring. However, Salvatore ignores Liliana and uses his invincible blade to break the seal, summoning a divine beast in the form of a dragon. Liliana watches in horror as the dragon is attacked by the rogue god Perseus, known as the legendary dragon killer. She pleads with Perseus to spare the dragon, as its life is tied to the island. Just as Perseus is about to kill the dragon, Athena and Godot arrive in time to defend Liliana. Liliana explains to Godot that Perseus is a mortal enemy of mother goddesses and dragons. Athena consumes the dragon herself, preventing further harm. Godot asks the two gods not to fight on the island to protect the humans from the conflict. Liliana retreats with Godot, warning him that Perseus now has an interest in him. She implores Godot to defeat Perseus to save the island from destruction. However, when Godot explains that he lacks the power to do so, Liliana is shocked to learn that he gains power from others through kisses. When Perseus pursues them, Godot calls forth the boar to attack, but Perseus survives. Perseus shoots Godot with an arrow in the chest. Before Perseus can kill Godot with another arrow, Athena intervenes by attacking Perseus, claiming that Godot is her prey. After hearing this, Perseus decides to retreat and wait for Godot to fully recover before battling him as a Campione. Athena also disappears, telling Liliana that she will be the one to kill Godot. While Godot is unconscious, he has a dream of Pandora once again, trying to cheer him on as a Campione. The following day, Godot wakes up in a hospital with Liliana by his side. Liliana's maid, Karen, a base maid, tempts Liliana to prove her love interest in Godot, much to her boss's embarrassment. They return to the mansion to strategize and figure out how Perseus was able to seal Godot's authorities. They suspect a connection between Perseus and the Persian god of war. While exploring the balcony, Karen asks Liliana to get closer to Godot and seduce him, as her organization, the Bronze Black Cross, has become weaker compared to their rival organization, the Copper Black Cross, due to Erika's closeness with the god Slayer. Suddenly, Athena appears and urges Godot to fight Perseus. Godot asks if she has information on Perseus' weaknesses, but Liliana refuses Athena's help when she asks for a favor in return. Later, Liliana scolds Godot to be more careful and not owe any favors to the gods. Later that night, Godot is shocked to find himself paralyzed. Liliana reveals that she has poisoned him so she can meet Athena alone at the beach to gather information. At the beach, Liliana meets with Athena and has a vision about Perseus' identity. Athena hints that Perseus has an important ancestor connected to the Persian god. Meanwhile, the king of Swag prevents the other girls from reaching Godot. This allows Godot to fight Perseus alone and grow more powerful. The maid tells Liliana that the only way for Godot to defeat Perseus is through, as you guessed it, a kiss, but she can't bring herself to kiss him because her first kiss needs to be with her true love. Since Godot doesn't want to force the issue, he escapes the mansion. However, Liliana quickly catches up to him. Perseus finds them and brings Godot to duel with him in front of a crowd of spectators. Godot uses his authority and chooses a bull from Varathragna to fight against the rogue god Perseus. Godot attacks with a pillar, but Perseus easily slices it in two. The fight continues, and although it's evenly matched, Perseus disables Godot's authorities and strikes him with an arrow. Liliana recites a rhyme and kisses Godot, offering her loyalty to him. In exchange, she asks him to kiss her multiple times, and through their kisses, she passes on her knowledge to Godot. Godot confronts Perseus once again and takes him into his golden world, revealing his identity as Mithras, the sun god worshipped by the ancient Romans and the former master of Varathragna. He uses his words of power to cut through Perseus' false identity as a Greek hero, using a giant sword to cut through Perseus' bow and Mithras' authority. Although Perseus is still able to pin Godot with his sword, Godot decides to use his camel avatar from Varathragna. With the camel avatar, Godot is able to repel Perseus. When Liliana tries to help, Perseus is able to control her with his authority as a fabled hero, since priestesses like her are supposed to aid heroes, but Liliana manages to break free of the spell through the power of Love baby. He complements their use of the power of love as he is pinned by Liliana, and Godot uses his boar avatar to defeat Perseus. Liliana goes to heal Godot, but feels hesitant to kiss him. Athena arrives and kisses Godot instead. Anyways, the wholesomeness ends when Perseus is killed by a shadowy figure holding a scythe, and then devours him in her serpent form. It might seem like everyone's favorite loli did it, but who knows? Better stick till the end. At the hospital, Erika and Yuri arrive, and Erika berates for Godot to take another mistress. Back in Japan, Yuri receives news from Anastasia that she is losing Godot to the Italian mages and needs to strengthen her connection to the Campione. To Yuri's surprise, Liliana transfers into their school, leading his sister Shizuka to scold him for bringing another girl from Italy. At school, a fellow student named Anna introduces herself in the tea ceremony club and pledges her loyalty to Godo. This guy just keeps on winning. After school, Erika takes Godo out on their first date. At the end of the date, Godo and Erika share a romantic moment during which Erika expresses the need for Godo to be more considerate of his feelings towards her and the other girls. Suddenly, Anna interrupts the date and challenges Erika for the main girl's status, believing that as a Japanese Campione, Godo should have Japanese mistresses. However, Godo intervenes to stop the duel. In a surprising turn of events, Anna reveals herself as an Advent mage capable of using magic without relying on a rogue god's power. As a result, Godo is sent to the astral plane, leaving Erika in a state of panic. Without hesitation, Erika jumps into the astral plane as well, and Anna decides to pursue them by leaping into the portal. Meanwhile, Shizuka waits for Godo while watching TV when suddenly the roof collapses, and to her surprise, Athena appears, seeking to meet Godo. Godo finds himself in the astral plane, and as he walks, he feels car-sick because of its environment. Shortly after, Godo comes across a hut. Upon entering, he sees a man cooking something. The man introduces himself as Susanoo, a pretty chill god and also Anna's guardian. While Godo learns who Susanoo was before retiring to purgatory, Shizuka is cursing her brother for ditching her and questions Athena about her relationship with her brother. She misunderstands the goddess as another girl interested in her brother. Elsewhere in the astral plane, Erika and Anna are fighting over Godo. Anna insists that as a Japanese Campione, Godo should only have Japanese friends and companions. Returning to Godo, who has refreshments with Susanoo, he starts to have headaches. Susanoo explains that he is beginning to be filled with memories of the universe and jokingly challenges Godo to a duel. He reveals that Anna is defeating Erika, but she has become possessed by the sword Ama no Murakumo. Anna allows the sword to possess her completely, which enables her to strip Erika of her magic. Liliana and Yuri follow the strange magic residue to the location of the duel, and suddenly Amakasu arrives to inform them that strange things are happening across the globe. Meanwhile, Godo steps in to save Erika and takes them to his golden world. He uses his words of power to reveal the sword's origin, stating that his honored weapon outmatches it. The sword retreats with Anna as Godo tends to injure Erika. Godo attempts to transport them back to the human world but finds himself unable to do so. Erika reveals that the air of the astral plane has poisoned her and that she will soon die. She tells Godo to take care of Liliana and Yuri and confesses her true love for him. She wanted to share a future with him. Godo has a vision of Varethragna, who reminds him that he is a powerful Campione. Godo fully absorbs the last of Varethragna to gain authority over youth. They share a kiss and he is able to imbue Erika with protection and heal her. Once again, Ama no Murakumo arrives to fight Godo and Erika. With Erika fully healed, she is able to use her imbued power to fight against the sword. Godo manages to extract Anna from the sword monster, to which she expresses her gratitude. Suddenly, the astral plane cracks and they are summoned back to the human world, where a dark version of Athena, the goddess Metis, absorbs the sword. Since Godo is low on power, the group asks him to run away with the other Athena and Erika, while the rest of the group decides to fight Metis together. Amakasu takes them to Mount Fuji, the most sacred place in Japan, and reveals that Athena has lost her powers and memories to Metis. Erika uses her memories of Godo to give her strength, while Yuri and Anna trap Metis so that the two Italian knights can attack her. At the same time, Godo is hiding in the shrine when Athena asks him if she is a god. Metis finds them and Godo swears to defend Athena because, as the god's slayer, is his duty. Godo orders Metis to return to being Athena's snake and uses his authority to fight her, but is outmatched by her power, while the snake is able to strike Athena, severely injuring her. Athena grabs Metis, giving Godo enough time to summon his horse avatar to attack, but is not enough. Athena is absorbed by Metis, allowing her to transform into her full form. The group arrives and Godo receives help from each of the four girls to expose Metis' weaknesses, and you know what that means. Make sure the door behind you is shut, so no one walks in at this part. Yuri immediately kisses him, passing on the knowledge of their plan. Godo takes him to his golden world and Anna kisses him, allowing her to take back her sword from Metis. Liliana kisses him and Godo uses his words of power to determine her motives, which are to destroy the world and seek revenge against Zeus. Finally, Erika also kisses him, giving him enough power to resist Metis' attacks and separate Athena from Metis just before she can reabsorb her. Athena kisses him and he is able to combine all the swords and his world into a massive scythe, allowing him and Athena to defeat Metis together. With Metis eliminated, the world returns to normal. Athena thanks Godo and he realizes that this was the plan all along. He is amazed that he is able to receive the goddess's blessing. Later, At Goto's home, all the girls fawn over Goto during lunch, while Shizuka is sick of all the girls obsessed with her brother. And just like that, the story of a young Japanese man becoming a god slayer and then a harem king with a sick sword comes to an end. Hope you enjoyed the video as we did making it. Don't forget to sub, share, like, and comment on which girl is the best girl, and that's about it. Till next time, stay safe.